Developing this morning, another day of high fire danger expected as crews in northwest Oklahoma continue to battle those wildfires.
That's right. More fire danger continues today. The Oklahoma Forestry Service sharing an update last night. This video shows the efforts in Ellis County. You can see the flames there. The Catesby fire near the town of Gage has now burned over 90,000 acres of land. The Forestry Service now sending airplanes to help contain the active fire on the south end of the Catesby fire.
We did speak with Oklahoma Forestry Services live during our 9 a.m. show Friday morning. They said they do prepare to fight these fires before they even begin.
Our deputy fire management chief has a really great working relationship with the National Weather Service, and they've developed some really cutting-edge technology that we launched a couple of weeks ago. But they talk multiple times a day and really give us a dialed-in forecast. And from that forecast and from some of these potential watches and warnings, that allows us to move resources over to where the target area is.
If you see a fire near your home, call 911 and get out of the area. Don't try to put any of those fires out by yourself. Starting tomorrow, Oklahoma Baptist Disaster Relief set to have boots on the ground in northwest Oklahoma. They will be helping in the wake of these fires. They'll be cleaning properties and be there for those who have just lost so much.
We make sure that we take time to realize that we're not there just to do the physical labor, but we're also there to just let them share their story and just be ears to listen to them, and whatever encouragement we can give them, we really strive to make that happen.
They do expect to have a post set up in Visay tomorrow and say they're also on alert to help if needed in the Texas Panhandle.
This morning, we turn to your Commitment 2024 coverage. Super Tuesday, now just 2 days out for Oklahomans. They get to decide who they want to represent them in the presidential election, but there's also plenty of local elections on the ballot. In Logan County, a 0.75% sales tax continuation is on the ballot. And then in Norman, folks are going to be voting on whether they will continue their business with OG&E and what is a 25-year deal. In Canadian County, Sunday liquor is on the ballot to see if an old law restricting restaurants from serving alcohol between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. could be repealed. Election day is Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump has now won the Missouri Republican caucuses. Based on Saturday's results, he secured all 54 of the state's delegates. Trump has now won more than 200 delegates. He needs 1,215 to win the Republican nomination for the third straight presidential election cycle.
From fewer chips to smaller sports drinks, lawmakers say some companies are selling shoppers less without lowering the price.
It's called shrinkflation, and new legislation is aiming to crack down on this practice. Washington correspondent Jackie DeFusco joining us now. And Jackie, this is something the White House has been drawing a lot of attention to lately.
Yeah, President Biden argues that shoppers are getting less bang for their buck because of corporate greed. But critics say that Biden is deflecting blame for high grocery prices under his administration. If you've noticed some products getting smaller while prices stay the same or even increase, you're not alone.
I've had enough of what they call shrinkflation. It's a ripoff.
Shrinkflation, now a growing focus in Washington. A recent report from Senator Bob Casey's office found household paper products and snacks are most impacted, with about 10% of inflation being driven solely by shrinkflation. Senator Casey now backing legislation to crack down on those companies.
We're going to point this out, we're going to fight them, and we're going to hold them accountable.
One new bill would direct federal regulators to define shrinkflation as a deceptive practice and allow the government to sue companies who engage in it. Another bill would create a new federal ban on price gouging.
The federal government has nowhere near the power it needs to conduct the kind of price gouging investigations that I think consumers have a right to expect.
Critics argue the Federal Trade Commission already has the power to step in.
The FTC hasn't been investigating this space because there's nothing to investigate.
The Consumer Brands Association says companies are responding appropriately to embedded inflation in a highly competitive industry.
They're always changing packaging to try to meet a product and price point that works for the consumer. So, it's all clearly labeled. It's certainly not deceptive, certainly not intended to be deceptive.
For now, that's for shoppers to decide in the checkout line as the debate continues on Capitol Hill. Does this realistically have a shot in a politically divided Congress?
We're going to continue to work to get Republican support. We don't have that yet.
Now, President Biden has called on companies to put a stop to shrinkflation, but so far he's yet to endorse any specific policy solutions. It's something we may hear Biden talk more about in his State of the Union address later this week. Reporting in Washington, I'm Jackie DeFusco.